What's going on, guys? It's Diver, and today we're taking a look at 5 steps on getting into competitive Call of Duty. So let's get into it. Now the first step I have for you is to be ready yourself. Know which role you're going to fill. Are you a Slayer, objective player, a support player? Do you like SMGs better, ARs better, or even sniper rifles? Be open to switching roles if you need to, and practice a lot. You cannot teach gun skill in the drop of a hat. It does not take 2 minutes and one simple tip, and someone can easily outgun anyone any day. It doesn't work like that. Now the next step I have is to study other competitive players. Competitive play is completely different than public matches. You can be really good at public matches, and when it comes to competitive matches, you can fall really short. And you can really get disheartened from that, but don't worry, you gotta keep going, gotta strive through, you'll learn a lot. When studying competitive players, study the guns they use, the streak they use, the equipment they use, and the callouts they use especially. Communication is so important when it comes to competitive. Watch how they play, who they send where, what routes they take, what routes they use, how they play each game mode, and each map. Everything plays different on game mode, maps, anything like that. Even depends on which weapons they're using and which roles they fulfill. The third step I have is to create or join a team. This is a really important one, and there are a lot of factors that go into it. Find players that are online a lot. Now, you don't want to go online and wait 3 hours for someone to get online, only to play, and then you play 2 matches, everyone gets mad, and they're done. That's not a really good thing to do. It's a waste of your time, waste of their time, and you're really going to just end up quitting altogether if that's the case. Make sure these people have good communication with you, and then create chemistry with them as well. You don't want to just be with them just to play competitive matches. Have a laugh with them, create a friendship with them. You don't want to be sitting in an in-game, pre-game lobby having a terrible time. I'll try to pull something from one of my streams and I'll show you what we do in our competitive lobbies. This is what we do. We have a good old time. Yes.
Yes. You're the only one that can't get it.
No, because his character has a different
He's the
My
girl.
game is
The
different.
female dance is different.
I'm the girl. I'd have to put it on someone else.
He's thinking about other girls.
Quality.
Thinking about other girls. Look at
Wait,
this.
I would love for them to join and just see us all dancing like this. And
Nobody stop. Nobody stop. Nobody stop. Oh. These kids are retarded.
Dude, it's
Now when you find a team or players or you join a team, make sure everyone's open to learning. Make sure everyone's not being super stubborn and they're always challenging same spots and losing, or they're always using the same weapon that's not good for them, or they want to fulfill a role that they just can't fulfill. Make sure they can learn and adapt to how they need to play and what role they really need to fulfill. Now the fourth step I have is to practice. This should be really obvious, but a lot of people just get right into it and they don't practice at all. Play league play if there is a league play or a competitive mode available to the game, depending on what it is. Black Ops 2 has one, Black Ops 4 has one, the next Call of Duty might have something really the same thing. Play those game modes because a lot of the time the public matches won't really do you much. They're just pretty much warm-ups to me nowadays. You know, you will get some competitive lobbies, but most of the time if you want to play competitive, you have to warm up with game modes that you're going to be playing against people that are a lot better than the public match players. Play a lot as well. When you're playing with the team, learn how each other plays. So it's going to be predictable how your teammate's going to run, which route, which way, which weapon they're going to use. You can pretty much predict those things. It comes down to specialists, equipment, and make sure you make team strategies, you know, make team routes to communicate with each other. If you're going to go down mid and then drop down to somewhere else or cut off to somewhere else, make sure you let your teammates know that, and they're gonna learn eventually how you play that or how each other plays that. Make special plays for each game mode if you can. If there's a play that you think's really tricky, really sneaky, and it's just that 180 turn in the game that you need, make those plays. You know, practice comes along with forming strategies to win games. And when you're practicing, you're going to learn communication skills. You're going to gain a lot of communication skills with your teammates. This comes from understanding what their callouts are. A lot of callouts are different. A lot of people will call things out differently. But as long as you understand what they're talking about, where they're talking about, then you should be fine. And the last step I have is to sign up and play. Now I recommend going on the Game Battles website. There's a lot more players on there, I find, than it is the UMG website. And they also offer tournaments if you want to play and possibly win some cash or some other prizes. And so far, their dispute system has worked pretty well. Even when we've lost the dispute, they've given a good enough reason. There are some cases, however, but they've eventually been dealt with. It's gonna be hard at first. You'll get angry at your teammates, you're gonna fight, but if you get over yourselves, learn from yourselves, and most importantly, learn from your opponents. Learn strategies that you never would have thought of. Learn things that might be obvious to every other competitive player, but since you're new to the scene, or if you're new to the scene, you might just pick them up and they're brand new to you. Learning from your opponents, especially in-game and how they play, can be a big advantage onto winning the match or winning future matches and getting better in general. Now this last one really isn't a tip, but I figured I'd throw it in there anyway. I'd just recommend downloading a Discord or maybe something like a group chat. Personally, I use Discord, the Evil Empire Discord. That's I'm part of the gaming organization. We use that Discord every day, all the time. It's not just for competitive. There's a lot of different subgroups into it, but I'm in the competitive Call of Duty one, and we a lot of the time aren't really talking about. We're just joking around. We're telling each other if we're offline or we're gonna be online. We're going on vacation, or we're going through a lot of schoolwork right now. We have finals whatsoever. As long as this communication is there offline, then it's gonna be a lot better playing with them online. So I hope you enjoy these tips. I might go in depth into each one of them because I already tried to record this with going in depth in each one already, but it was going to be like a 20-minute video. So I figured I'll break it up into different parts and go into depth that way. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. Remember to go check out the channel. If you like the content, click that subscribe button. But above all else, have a nice day. Peace.